This is a great little free app called Educreations. It's right here. I'm going to go ahead and pop it open. All right, now we're moving students towards being creators and showing their thinking using technology, specifically the iPad. And so this is a great app to do it with. What it does is it gives the students a whiteboard space that they can draw their thinking, and also lets you record the voice as they're drawing. So it's a screencasting tool, and then taking that video that they create, annotated video, and saving that and sending it. So when you bring up the app, it comes up to your lessons that you've already created, or the students have already created. Before I move on from this, I just want to show you in this section, once you have some lessons up here, if you want to delete them, you click on the edit button, you can delete. You can also use this button here to share them. So share via Facebook, you can share via email. There's also a link button. We'll talk about that a little bit later too. Alright, so how do we create a lesson? We click on New Lesson, and this is your whiteboard space. It's pretty basic, but it does a lot of cool stuff, a lot of imaginative stuff that you can do in here. So you've got 4 different kinds of ink. You can draw without recording if you want. You see I'm not recording yet, and so you can prepare something, a lesson, before you start recording, so students can prepare that lesson. You can also bring in images. I like this. Click on the image icon. You can choose to take a picture with your iPad with the camera embedded. You can choose from the library or choose from Dropbox, so it's got a Dropbox integration as well. I'm going to go to choose from library. I'm just going to pick something we've been working on. I'll do this from a different app. So it brings in an image, so you can have students bring in an image and then annotate on top of that and draw on top of the image. I really like that. And when you click on the image, it gives you these different options. To lock it is kind of helpful, so that when students are using their fingers to draw, it doesn't start moving their picture around. So I like that lock feature. You can fit it to height, fit it to width, you can duplicate the picture, you can rotate the picture, or you can delete it. You can also take the picture and size it with your fingers and move it where you want it to be. Alright, so now I've got my lesson kind of set up. I haven't started recording yet. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. All you do is click on the record button, and it's starting to go. So right now it's recording my voice as I'm drawing. So you can draw through concepts, you can bring this over here, you can bring it up bigger, and you can talk about, that this is 1/8, and then 7/8. You can do whatever you want to describe what is happening on the screen. You can do this, teachers can do this, students can do it. This is a great app for all kinds of creation purposes. Now, once you have your video and you want to go ahead and save it, and you're done, you click Save. Now, you can pause midway through. So if I hit pause and I bring in a different image, I can do that. And so you can have several stages to one video. You can pause it, bring something else in, and then hit record, and then it will go further from that point, which is cool. But I'm just going to say what I've got. So I click on Save, hit Save Lesson, give it a title, Test 2, give it a description. You definitely want to have students do that. I'm just going to put a test, hit Next. Choose who can view this lesson. So public, my students, my school. We're not going to get into this too much. This requires creating an account, kind of adds another layer of difficulty to it, but we can talk about that in the future. But for now, I'm just going to click on public. You can put a subject area if you would like. This one's going to be oh, that was some high-tech math. We'll put on math. What subject in math? You can choose a different subject. I'm just going to put basic math, and then I'm going to hit save. Now what that does is it saves it to my account. When you first start in Educreations, it asks you to register an account. And it's a real simple process. I didn't go through it here because I'm already signed in. But all you do is you start up an account, and you can create it right inside the app and get started right away. So you do have to create an account to save your objects. Alright, so here's my lessons. I've got my lessons created. Very cool. And now I can share them. So if I come back up here, I can click on Facebook, Twitter. If a teacher has a Twitter account, that'd be a cool way to share out. Email, obviously, pretty self-explanatory. The link, I do want to show you that. You can copy the lesson link, and you can take that link and you can put it into whatever. You can put it onto a website, you can send it in an email, but you can also do this embed code, and I think this is kind of cool. So if you click on copy embed code, it'll bring up that message that says embed code copied. Then what you can do is you can take that embed code, and what that will do is embed it on a site. Now you can't do that on the iPad, not yet anyway. And so if you want to take your embed code and embed it onto a Google site or whatever, you're going to have to send it to yourself or send it to a student. A student can send it to the teacher, but you want to go ahead and get an email up and compose an email, and go ahead, you can paste it and copy and paste it right in there. So if I want to go ahead and write an email to myself, embed code. Now all I do is hold down and hit paste. Takes that embed code, and now I'll send it to my email. So I'm sending, and I'm receiving, because I just sent it to myself. So what I can do now is any PC or any computer, I can take that embed code, I can copy and paste that into a Google site, into a blog entry, and then that lesson that I just created will be embedded directly into that site. So that's just another way to share out lessons. Students can share out that way, teachers can share out that way, either through the link or through the embed code. So that's Educreations, and I really like it. For a free app, it's really excellent. The one other thing I want to make sure that I want to show you, I almost forgot, is this featured tab. This is a cool little thing to let students browse through, because what it has is all these published videos that are also explaining things that kids have created, teachers have created, lots of people have created. And so, for example, if I want to take a look through here just to browse through, if I want to talk about cellular respiration, just click on that one. It'll load it up. And then this one that was published,
we're going to be talking about cellular respiration,
is now here
for photosynthesis.
So this is how they play.
Cellular respiration.
Pretty cool. Alright, so there you go. Educreations, and in those featured you can also do subject area. So if I want to find science, just click on those. It'll be labeled by science. So again, Educreations, really a great little app, especially for a free app, and I hope we make good use of it. I know the students will love it, and they'll do some really cool videos and show their thinking.